Okay, so hi everyone. Today we are going to talk about another interesting talk with respect to the single responsibility principle. Okay, so what we will do, we will just think about that as a developer, how we need to think before creating the class names or package names. Okay, so this is going to be a random talk. Okay, we will just start it and we will just go with the flow. Okay, whatever things I will just get it. I will just explain you. Okay, so let's see what we have today and we will just discuss this. Okay, I have prepared something for you. Okay, so let's start with the entity. Okay, suppose you have to create a project and you have to create JPA related entities and or Hibernate related entities. Okay, how would you give the name of this entity class? First of all, you have to create a package called entity. Inside that, suppose you have to handle the pull request. Okay, there is a table called pull request. So you will create a class with the name like pull request, and it should be a suffix to with the entity. So it would be become like pull request entity, and you have to put this class into the entity package. What is the advantage of this process by suffixing your class with the entity? Whenever any other developer will just look into this class name, it will be easy to understand for that developer. Okay, oh, this is an entity, this is going to be a table into the database. Okay, makes sense. Let's see another kind of thing. What is the main point here? What is the key takeaway point from this particular entity example? That whenever you are going to create a class, you have to suffix the responsibility or the purpose of that class. Okay, like it is a entity kind of thing, so that's why we have a suffix with entity. Let's take another example. We have another kind of pojos or kind of beans or kind of objects in our project, which we are using for transferring the data from one component to another component, or which we are using that particular object to transfer the data to our client. This is called as a DTO, data transfer object. So whenever you are going to have such kind of objects, you have to create your package called DTO. And like pull request, let's take example of pull request, then you have to use pull request DTO. Make sense? Because it is a DTO. Let's see what are the other things we have. Okay, good example, enums. Okay, in our application we have lots of enums we are using or utilizing. Whenever you are creating the enums, like we have an action type, okay, enum, where we have, or let's take example, we have a status enum where we have in progress or to do, completed kind of status is available. What we can do, just use that status suffixed with enum, so that status enum, it will be the enum name or a class name, that particular file name, status enum. Make sense? Okay, that's why you have to use a class name and whatever the purpose of that particular class, like status enum. Makes sense? Okay, let's move ahead. Let me give another examples of enum kind of things, like we have action type enum, or we have XML fields enum kind of things. According to your requirement, whatever the requirement you have enum, just suffix it with the enum, and you have to put this into the another package, dedicated package called enums. Okay, because you can't give the package name as a enum because it's a predefined keyword into the Java. Okay, let's move on. Okay, yeah, we have, suppose you are dealing with the CSV kind of things, CSV files. We are writing something into the CSV file. Okay, so we'll create a class called CSV, and we are what we are doing, we are writing. That's why we will create CSV writer. That's makes sense. Okay, and another one advanced level of kind of things, in that CSV writer you have to create only one method, which is a write method. Yeah, that's it. We don't have to do another kind of anything. This is a CSV writer, and add write method into it. This is a single responsibility principle. That's it. Don't add any kind of things which are not related to the CSV writer. Okay, and you have to put this into the writer package. Okay, let's move ahead. Oh, we have utility kind of things, right? Just think about that. You are having something, you are dealing with the JSON kind of things. Okay, So that's why you can think about to create a class called JSON converter. Okay, it is a utility class where you can put the methods like convert JSON to Java object, or from convert Java object to JSON, kind of serialization and deserialization kind of things you can put here. Okay, here you can give the name as name suggests, like JSON converter. This is a utility class. Okay, put into the utility package kind of things, like any kind of converter that you have something converting from one type to another type, give the class name as a suffix with the converter. You can put it into the converter package as well, or you can put it into the utility package. Okay, according to your understandability, according to your requirement, you can create a package as you want. Okay, let's think about that. Another example. Okay, we have a requirement, like we have to generate a unique request ID. Okay, that's why what we will be the class name request ID generator, and we will, and that generator, we will put this generator class into the generator package. Advanced kind of tip: request ID generator will have only one method with the name called generate. That's it. It's a generator. It's having a single responsibility. Don't add any kind of unnecessary things which is not related to this generator. Okay, let's move ahead. Okay, we have done writer, we have done, why my mouse is not moving. We have done writer. Okay, we have done utility kind of things. Okay, we have discussed about converter, we have discussed about generator, which is a request ID generator. Okay, another kind of things that we have. Okay, let's talk about constants. In our applications, lots of string literals are there, so that's why we are keeping them as a constant and create a constant file, and we will put that string kind of constant into that file. Okay, which is a string constants. Okay, so what we can do, we can create a class called application constants, suffix with constants, and we can put it into the util package, because it is a utility kind of things. So that application constants.java, that's it. Single responsibility principle, because this file can have all the constant. Great, right?